Welcome to the Rizzo Run Club Podcast, and welcome back to my LA Marathon Special Edition. It's officially race week here in Los Angeles as we get ready for the 40th running of the Los Angeles Marathon. Join me today as I continue to follow the stories of 3 first-time marathoners running on Sunday. Let's jump in. Okay, what is up, running family? Welcome to the Rizzo Run Club Podcast. My name is Rizzo, and I run all over the LA running community, the nation, and the world. You can follow all my adventures on Rizzo.runs. Welcome to the first show of 2025. We had intended to start filming and podcasting in January, but the wildfires came to Los Angeles, and I'm going to get to that in a second with my guests because I'd like to talk to them about it as well. But this podcast is dedicated to the 40th running of the Los Angeles Marathon. We are turning third base, headed home. We're just weeks away, and at the time of filming this, it is the end of February, but we are releasing this during race week of the LA Marathon. So if you're watching or listening, welcome to LA Marathon Race Week. This is it. It's time to go. 40th running of the Los Angeles Marathon, and we hope you have a great race out there, or if you are out to support, we thank you in advance for showing up and getting crazy in this race. So without further ado, we filmed in December. I released this podcast with my guests who are running their very first Los Angeles Marathon. So, I'd like to welcome, to my left, Lauren, to my right, Kim,
Hello.
and then on the end there is superstar Estrella. So, ladies, welcome back to the Rizzo Run Club Podcast. We made it.
Yay! We're live!
Right? I know. It's just it's been a journey, right? Before we start this podcast, I just want to say, congratulations. We're here. We've made it. We are headed to LA Marathon. How does that make you feel?
Accomplished.
I'll start with
For once,
superstar.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, superstar.
I already forgot. What was the question?
Okay, wait. Before we start, I do have something for each of you. And this is a gift from me and the McCore Foundation, which is the LA Marathon. They send these gifts to you with hopes that it inspires you to cross the finish line feeling amazing. So we're complaining a little bit about the cold. We have jackets here. So medium.
Yes. All of it's nothing. Yeah, thank you.
And we have another medium.
Is that the... Yeah.
And then
Small.
Right? That's what you told me. Yeah. So there's your
you so
jackets.
much.
If you want to put them on, go for it.
Wow.
And if you're listening, you're not watching the podcast, they're black LA Marathon jackets with the LA Marathon emblem on them, and they are gifts from us. So we hope that these inspire you. Yeah, let's show. There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
You are welcome. This means you're official.
Oh, official.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Enjoy.
Wear
it.
it.
Yeah, it's yours.
I'm gonna cover my.
But so I they're aware that they've been watching your episodes and your episode, and they want to send these to you and wish you
Oh, that's
luck.
awesome.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
But,
Thank you guys.
So as I mentioned, the wildfires came to Los Angeles. We had scheduled to film that first weekend of January, and then the fires came. I was displaced for about 2 weeks, and then it's been a challenge to get my life in order at home with all the damage. So, I apologize if there was a big delay here, but I'm sure you understand. But that's been the biggest challenge here, right? the fires coming to Los Angeles and our training for this race. And it wasn't necessarily the fires. They did last a little bit, but it was the air after, the quality. We were very uncertain.
Right.
We didn't know if there was chemicals in the air. And it delayed all our
Everyone's,
training.
yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's.
yes.
But running mommies, I mean, you were out almost a whole month, right?
Yeah, we didn't run. Obviously, LA, we couldn't. We couldn't do any long runs in Pasadena. Like, I think it just affected everyone, all run clubs, really. A few of us actually did go out to Long Beach after, things had settled down. But even then, the air quality out there, they were telling us was not good.
Right, yeah.
So we were limited in where we could run. We tried the gym, and I'm sure a lot of us share that story, right? We tried the gym, we tried the treadmill running. I, for one, feel like the way it impacted us most was community. We didn't have each other. We couldn't see each other. Couldn't run with each other. You were displaced. We couldn't see you. Like, it just, the fires affected a lot more than just the air. It affected the community.
The mental.
Yeah,
The
mental.
mental. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
Not
do you
running with the
feel
community.
like it if your training, I mean, it was about a month, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
about 3 weeks. Yeah,
were you
you're
getting
right.
a little worried for a while there?
Yeah, I did run out in Long Beach thinking it was okay, but yeah, then we got news like, no, it's not as safe as you
The
think it
areas
is. So
and-
we're like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to set myself back.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to get running. So I did do some running at the gym on the treadmill, but it's not for me.
No.
It just felt like an eternity.
The
and I'm
treadmill's for
no.
nobody.
Yeah.
I go off to the right.
I kept falling off. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm for the streets. I'm like, oh, take it to the streets.
From the streets.
Yeah, so I did wear a mask. But it's also hard to run with a mask.
Yeah.
So just strength training at the gym and just try to do as much as I could. So I wasn't doing my long runs, but I was still running as
Yeah.
much as I could.
And
But
the
not
group
like
was
before.
not running.
No, the
No.
group was not running.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, we miss it. I mean, especially when you have suffer from depression in the past, it does affect you. It does.
Yeah.
So I miss everyone.
Lauren, didn't we say we were going to tape the microphone as
Yes, we need to get our little
Estrella's like this? So.
a mic with the ear.
And then Kim, so Azusa Pacers, Doghouse Running Club, Azusa, same thing. You guys were shut down,
Yeah,
right?
we shut down for at least the 2 weeks. We all kind of had to find places to go run. I was fortunate that my boyfriend lives in San Diego, so I was able to do
you're
the
out
runs
there.
out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so far away. It's about 100 miles away. So
Yeah.
I didn't feel that out there. But local runs, it was more difficult because you're breathing in the air. You can taste the ash. So, I mean, even us that weren't necessarily close enough, like we were still feeling it as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was tough
Yeah.
everywhere. I mean, I was displaced out of town, so it was easy for me to continue to run because the air quality was
Right.
amazing out there.
Yeah.
But it was just weird too, being out of town. Everyone was suffering so much back home, and these places I was at, it was like life was just going on, like nothing it mattered, and I
Nothing
don't think
mattered.
people understood.
The gravity of it. Yeah.
Yes, like once the fires were done, then we had a big issue.
And I think I was worried about the training. I was worried about getting back into it, right? Because from no miles to now, that week was something like 13 miles, 15 miles, 16. How were we going to go from 0 to 16? Like, that was concerning. And I actually got injured. I think I shared with you, I got the shin splints.
Yes.
Because I did that. Because I said, well, I've been running at the gym, twice a week this week. So I think I must have done 6 miles that week. And then that weekend I jumped to 13. And that was the worst thing I could have done.
That's what did it.
That's what did
probably.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that treadmill is just awful, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no.
like the worst thing ever invented.
same.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But now, where are we now? I mean,
We're back to running. Yeah, we're back to running. Like a lot of the run groups that I go to Wednesdays with Huntington Park, they went back to running, and we're doing our regular Monday and Wednesdays. Boyle Heights Bridge Runners 2, Wednesdays is back, and then Running Mommies, we're doing our weekends again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Azusa is completely back. I mean,
Yeah, we're
you-
completely
I
back.
mean, did we see
What
this
week is it?
this
We did 20 miles
skit you
today.
did in the street last week. Were you part of that?
Which one? The
The dance in the middle of the street with.
No,
did you
I had to start my run late, so I was running by myself.
Oh, got
so
it.
while everyone finished, I was barely starting my race.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
I really wanted to join though.
Yeah.
You guys did like a reel.
Yeah, they did a reel and they were just all.
Not
Okay.
like us.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
Azusa's like back in full swing, Pacers, and now Doghouse Azusa is back in full swing. Do you feel like the people that were training for LA Marathon and Azusa Pacers kind of felt the same sentiment, like it threw off their training, or they're kind of back on
From when?
from when
the
we had
fires.
to take
Yeah.
almost weeks
No,
off?
I mean, those first 2 weeks, I believe everyone was just kind of like everyone else, just wondering what's going to happen. Should we run? So many friends being affected. What is the right thing to do? You
Right.
know?
Right.
So I feel once those 2 weeks were over, we were kind of able to just get back on track
Yeah.
and then move forward. But it was just a waiting game,
Yeah.
as you can say. So, I mean,
Here we are.
here we are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when can you actually prepare for stuff like
Right,
this?
exactly.
You know?
And Superstar, would you say like the sentiment over there, running mommies, do they feel like frustrated that they're behind, or they feel like everyone's starting to get back on track? Like,
Yeah, I think we're all pretty much back on track because they did make changes when we came back. Like, what was it like? I think
We
that
pulled
were
we
supposed to
pulled
do
some weeks
16
back.
or 13,
Yeah.
but we did like less. And then because some people really, some of the girls didn't run at all.
yeah,
So, just to ease them back in and, prevent injury. And even now, they're still, making adjustments.
yeah,
So, like, some girls may run the 20 miles tomorrow. Some may just run, like, 18 instead.
18, yeah, which is
So-
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that was the feeling that we had, right? Like, we rather you be injury free and you be
Yeah.
safe and you be in some form of community than trying to hit the 18, 20 miles. I think our priority was let's ease it back into it together.
Yeah,
We're
because
going to
a
start
lot of the
together.
women did come back, did get injured when we came back.
Right.
So I love this new, Raquel did this thing where we're like, okay, we're going to run, walk 90 seconds. I'm like, perfect for me. But you know what? It really helps. You're not as sore. You recover faster.
Yes.
And and it's a good thing for people who are coming back from injury or haven't run in a long time. So that I was like, sign me up. I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people this is that in the marathon, in every marathon, there are just thousands of runners doing a run walk. It is amazing. Like, and for that, reason alone, it doesn't allow the lactic acid to build up in your legs. It keeps it down. You're able to sustain more, even in the faster paces, running 8-minute pace for a marathon. There are still people walking, taking 30-second walk breaks.
That's what I told
Yeah.
Lauren. I told her, you should do this. It doesn't have to be at my pace. You can still continue doing your pace, but, just walk and then run. But
Yeah.
it's still going to be your pace. At the end of the day, it is. Because I check, I'm like, okay, it's still the same.
Yeah.
Still same time, too. So
Good.
But it's less, on your body
Yeah.
to take,
And the girls feel pretty confident now
Yes.
after
Yes.
utilizing this
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. And like, so to give, the listener or the viewer some context as well, usually there's the Rose Bowl half marathon in January, and then we move into the marathon, and that Rose Bowl half is the stepping stone, to the LA Marathon. But this year, it was in Pasadena. Obviously, the fires are right next to Altadena, next to Pasadena there. And Rose Bowl half was canceled. And, it was just a mess. And now it's rescheduled for April. But that's going to be interesting because we're all going to run the race,
Yeah.
right? And we're all going to be beat up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go and
Well,
run
but
this
it
half.
should be easy
Continues.
peasy by then.
Yeah.
A half marathon.
It's just going to...
Yeah, just a half.
Just 13 miles.
But it's going to be serious party pace. Though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. But let's talk about, though, our training, each of our training. Kim, today you and I did 20 miles. I mean, you were
Yes,
with
we
us as the
did.
Pacers.
Yeah.
I was with the LA Road Runners here in Santa Monica. So, first time running 20 miles.
That was a lot, but you know what? All that training prepared me for it.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back at it, like 20 miles is crazy. And then just the fact that
Yeah.
there's still six
Oh.
additional
Yeah.
miles
Yeah.
after. It's still mind blowing, but you know what? I was pacing with Victor, which
Yeah.
he runs a lot faster than I do.
Yeah.
So, but you know, we're just having someone to run with. It kind of helps keep your mind away from like, oh, are we almost there? Are we almost there?
Yes.
So like, you don't even really.
That's why I
focus
talk so
on,
much
like,
when I run.
what the
Now you know.
Oh, do you talk?
I do.
yeah.
So you can get my mind off
so
that.
yeah, when you're running with other people, like we're running in a group, it doesn't feel as
Yeah.
much, or it doesn't feel as much torture as it really is.
Yeah.
So I really do enjoy that. Like I would prefer running at a much slower pace and actually enjoy it, as opposed to just running and trying to like
Yeah.
actually have a specific pace.
Yeah.
So my mind has changed a lot
Sure.
throughout the whole
Yeah, of
training.
course, of
Yeah.
course. So you hit your 20. This is the longest you're going to go. Now you're going to taper for the next 3 weeks. Can you see yourself doing a 6 miles extra? From
I definitely can.
Yeah, so that's
Just
a great thing.
because today I was thinking maybe I was going to do like a 11:30 pace, and I was able to do a 10:30,
That's great.
which I don't plan to do a 10:30 at the actual marathon, but I at least know that at 20 miles, I still feel somewhat good.
Wow.
So I'm like, I know for a
Amazing,
fact I
right?
can keep going.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. But you don't know what's going to happen on race day, you know,
No.
and especially in the marathon, the three of you is something magical happens because the gun goes off, you go with the crowd, and there's so much energy in that crowd in the race that it's easy to move, you know, a little faster.
Yeah.
You know, so you
Definitely.
may end up doing 10:30 pace. You know, you don't know that, but yeah, that's pretty amazing. You know.
Yeah.
So
I was actually
good.
surprised,
Yeah.
but you know.
so a
got it
lot of
done.
confidence.
Yeah, it definitely was. I was getting
Yeah.
so discouraged when those few months that we were training from November to January, so much happened that I was getting so discouraged. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to run. My pace was like really slow.
Yeah.
I was having to like
There's nothing wrong
leave
with
the
being
track.
slow, okay?
I'm on Kim, you're not slow. I actually ran with Kim during our time off.
Yes.
And so we took off, right? And so I'm like, oh, where's Kim? I look across the street. Kim's laying me down. Like, come over here. I'm like, oh, excuse me, Kim. So she's good. She's really good. Yeah, you're fast, Kim.
Yeah. And where did you guys run?
We did the
Oh,
preview,
Rose-
yeah, for the Rose
Rose
Bowl
Oh,
before the fires.
But the Pacers passed
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a tough course.
Yeah.
It was.
is a
it
really
was.
tough course.
It's those little hills sneak up on you.
It is a tough course. I mean, there's no question. Especially even when you get to the Rose Bowl, then you got to go around. It's a climb. I mean, it'll beat you up. That's what I'm saying. Party pace.
Yeah,
Yes.
party pace for sure.
All beat up. After.
Yeah, here we go.
After
Yeah.
the marathon, yes.
I thought I was going to be able to like take a little break. Nope.
Nope.
Got to keep training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should take a break. I mean, there's no question. You got to allow your body to
Oh, yeah.
take a little
Yeah.
break. But, you know, we can show up. And like you said, Estrella, just, it's 13 miles. So it's no big
Okay.
deal.
Yeah,
So,
run, walk.
yeah.
You'll still be at your own pace, yeah.
So 20 miles. Congratulations. You're ready.
Thank you.
Let's go.
You already did the marathon.
Yeah.
You're good.
And now tomorrow, running mommies are running 20 miles. First
Yes.
time running 20 miles
Yes.
in Santa Monica.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And how do you feel? I mean, we're keeping you here. Sorry.
Yeah. I think also, like Kim said, my mindset has changed for sure. You know, the first episode, I'm like, no matter what it takes, right? And now I'm like, I think this is my last marathon, guys. It was good knowing you. It was a great experience. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me. But
Can't do
I
it.
won't be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because things have changed, right? The fires, and that delayed the training, and then getting injured, and then I
Yeah.
shared with you like my back, having back issues. So as talking to other runners, a lot of runners have shared that they are messed up from their back and their knee and their leg and their ankle. And I'm like, man, this training really takes a lot from you. A lot.
And hanging out in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. I just came back from Hawaii. Yes. But I ran in Hawaii. Thank you very much. I ran my half marathon. I did. I got up and I ran a half
We
marathon.
saw that you ran with Running Club out there. That's very cool that you connected.
Oahu Run Club.
Yeah, Oahu
I
Run
did.
Club.
Yes.
Shout out to
to
Oahu
them.
Run
Yes.
Club, yeah.
They were doing 3 miles only, so I had to get up earlier because
Only
I had
you're
a
like,
big,
what is this? 3 miles.
3 miles, yeah. Very nice, very welcoming, beautiful to run out there. But yes, I did. And that was my first solo run. Remember I was telling you I was so afraid of doing a solo run? I did it. So it's your mind changes when you're doing a solo run.
Excuse me.
Yeah, she's gonna promote.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. But yes, to go back to the 20 miles, I'm worried. I'm scared.
What is your worry? I'm kind of curious.
Just because I've already done like 16 miles, your knees hurt, your leg hurts,
Yeah.
you're hot, you are thirsty, like all these combination of things, right? Your mind
Yeah.
starts playing tricks on you, like, wow, I'm only mile 8, when you feel like you're at mile 12. Like,
Yes.
so it's a mind thing.
Right.
You want to like shut off and like, I can't anymore. And so if I hit 16 and I kind of felt like that, I still got to go
Sure.
all these more miles.
Yeah. But again, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And like my experiences, I've had really crappy 13, 14, 15, 16 mile runs. And I've had really great 18, 20 mile runs. Like, it's weird how it works out that way. But I think the most important thing that I want you to think about tomorrow, whether it goes bad or great, is that thank God that this is the training, right? And that whatever happens tomorrow, you're able to make adjustments and figure out, why was I hot? Was I overdressed? Did I bonk at this mile? Did I fuel properly? So that's the best part. We can make all these mistakes now. And let's cross our fingers. We don't make them on the March
that day.
16th, right?
Yeah.
So,
So it is a lot of that, right? It's running with water. We were just talking about that. Do you run with the water vest? Do you not? Do you take more goose? Do you not? Do you take shorts? Like all these things, believe it or not, impact your running, your mileage.
Absolutely. And something to consider, we're going to get to you in a little bit, Estrella, but tomorrow is the perfect day for you to wear what you're planning to wear on race day, because you're really going to find out if everything is clicking, right? The shirt, is it too much? Is it too hot, too warm for you? Because we were out there today here where you're going to run tomorrow, and the sun comes out and it's starting to beat on you.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of the LA Marathon. We're going to get out to Century City, and that sun is going to start beating down on us. So, I think tomorrow, think about, it's like the dress rehearsal, right?
And we were just talking about that too, like hydrating before.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about hydrating 3-4 days before. So it's all those things that combine that is like freaking me out. Like, oh man, I should have started drinking water on Monday for a Sunday. Like it's just all these little things that are.
Of course, and like we're gonna have these feelings. Like I know that I have them still today. And I know that you're going to have them, is that we're going to go to Dodger Stadium on March 16th, and we're going to feel like we could have done a little bit more, We could have done more, Even though you could have had the perfect training, and you still feel like there was more I could have done. But it's just time to go.
Yeah.
Let's do this,
Yeah.
So Estrella, 20 miles tomorrow is going to be the longest that you've run, right?
Ever.
And
probably the last.
wait, so you did 18 recently, though?
Just last week, yes.
Okay, how did that go?
It went well, yeah. I did good. Again, the 90-second walk run has really helped me a lot. So that's what I'm planning to do the day of the marathon. And have a good time with it. Yeah. And then what really helps me is just in the morning, even the day before, like just set my mind to it. Like tomorrow we're running 20 miles.
Yes.
Like even today,
Yes.
I'm already setting my mind. Tomorrow we're running 20 miles.
Yes.
Because I feel like when you're like, oh, it's just if it's, I don't know. I just feel like for me, it's like if I say 10, but I'm really running 15, or like no, I have to keep going because I already set my mind to it. I'm gonna do this much. So that has helped me. And then of course eat, fuel, water. I'm good at drinking water. I don't drink soda or anything like that. So that helps me a lot.
Yeah.
And I love to eat, so I'm always eating.
Yeah. Oh, you're carved up for sure.
All the time.
And then,
Gotta train.
and then tomorrow, both of you, is the perfect opportunity to get up in the morning, pretend it's race day. You know, of course you're gonna have to drive over, but you know, the breakfast in
Having
the
your
morning, the
breakfast in the
hydration,
morning, yeah.
the digestion before,
Right.
because that's the key, right?
Yeah.
You don't never want to be in that predicament, but you know, yeah, it's
I'm gonna stick to what I normally do. I usually have like a protein shake in the morning with the Smuckers. It's, you know, just get it out while I'm getting ready, and then by the time I'm done, it's ready to go.
yeah, yeah. And Kim, did you practice today? Like what you're gonna wear for the 16th, or you just wore whatever?
Yeah, I'm still deciding on the shirt, but definitely it's important.
Yeah.
It really is. And like,
Yeah.
there's days where try on different shorts and
Yeah.
get different. You're like, no, can't wear these. So yeah, definitely been wearing the same pair for the last month, I think.
Sure. And then tomorrow is actually a great opportunity for both of you in terms of how many gels am I going to need? We were just talking about this
Right.
on the other side there, but the gel situation, right?
Yeah.
How many do we need? And
Yes.
when do you take it? Like,
Right.
you're going to find out real quick, you know, tomorrow how many gels will sustain you for 20, and then we got to think
That's
beyond
another
that.
thing I think I found out during the training is like how to fuel properly, right? Like you're starving by the time you're done with 20 miles, but how can you prevent that starving sensation? Do the goos at this certain amount,
Right.
do a protein bar at this mile, like so those are little things that I learned during the
Yeah.
training. What my body is asking for.
Sure. That's
So that's
exciting.
new.
I think I took like 4 waffles last week and like 2 to 3 Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
And what else
Think
did I
about
have?
that.
Like to sustain you all that
Candy, yeah.
time, yeah. Then again, some people I talked to today are like, "Oh, I don't take anything." I'm like, "Oh, well, okay." Meanwhile, I have a backpack strapped on. I'm going camping on my run. I have like aspirin and like
Yeah,
all
that
these
too.
things.
Yeah, that
So
too.
it could be because we're first timers, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
these people they know more. Obviously, they do know more than we do, and they can run with it,
True,
nothing.
but you should eat something. I mean,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
just the
Definitely.
facts. I mean, you may pass them on race day. Whoever's watching this, maybe it's someone we know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know, right?
That's
I think
amazing.
I saw my Strava. I think I burned like 2,300
Yeah, it's
calories.
like-
Yeah,
that's like
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
calories. Yeah.
And so, how many running mommies are going to be out there tomorrow for the 20?
For sure, 80. That's who signed up with us. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
insane. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a lot.
I can't wait for the day.
Yeah.
Just I know I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
At the beginning, at the end.
That
At
too.
the end of the 20 miler? Or?
At the beginning.
At
and
both.
at the end.
The 20 and the marathon.
Probably tomorrow too. Yes. Yes. Yeah, for sure. Like, I never in my mind it crossed like 20 miles. When? How? You
Yeah.
know?
It's just
No,
such a
but I'm doing
feat
it.
for all
I'm
of
very
us.
thankful
Yeah.
too. To my body. I'm always sorry. While I'm doing my runs, I'm like, thank you, body. Thank you, feet. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm moving. Like, give me the energy that I need when the sun comes out. I'm like, feel me with the energy. Yeah,
I
so,
broke a toenail during
Yeah.
training, so I'm like, thank you, toes, for not like leaving me out here. Like, yeah, all that.
I love it.
Yeah.
And Lauren, you're just, I mean, despite the shin splints, you're still just.
And the broken toenail, and the. I'm still here. Yes, I'm saying we're alive. Yeah,
I'm telling you, we'll survive.
we'll survive.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
There's no
for sure.
question.
But it is the training, for
Yes.
sure. It is the training.
Yes.
Because like you're saying, you find this out during training and not the day of the marathon. Like, damn, I should have taped my
Yeah.
toe, or damn, I should have. No, I'm doing this now.
I had to go
have
back to
time
the
recover.
chiropractor because my back after the long was killing me, like
Sure.
bad. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have to go back. And so, yeah,
Good.
good thing
Yeah.
that I'm doing it now.
Now.
Then, yeah.
I will
And for
say
sure, I
what-
do pop my Advil before.
Yeah.
I will say what's helping me is I do a lot of stretches before.
Before.
The night before. So I use whatever gadgets I have.
Yeah.
Like the foam roller, the little resistant bands. And someone's been taking different things after the runs.
Okay.
So everyone's
So,
rolling,
like the
everyone's
guns
doing
and-
so
yeah.
that actually helps.
Mhm,
Like
it does.
before you actually go home, rolling out and doing different stretches. That has helped me be fine for the rest of the day.
Like
so right now I'm
recover.
fine.
Okay.
I might have, when I got in the car, I might have like done the little penguin walk.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I feel great.
that's natural.
Yeah, but
yeah.
you're here, girl. Look at that.
I'm
Yeah, you ran
running
20
tomorrow,
miles. Yeah.
So, like, I really
Okay, relax.
And then, like, I really need to, like,
My
make sure I'm okay.
She put the jacket on. Now she's a pro.
No, but that has helped a lot. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
back
The stretching
issues,
has
but-
helped
No,
me
it
too.
does. I do a lot of stretching at home too. Even right before I go to bed, while I'm in bed,
Yeah.
I'm like doing all these stretches. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I need to stretch."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does. It helps a lot.
yeah. And how are we
We're in
at
the
this?
morning of.
Yeah, how are we at this point with our families? Are they starting to be like, okay, this is getting a little bit too much now?
No comment.
My family has been very supportive, thank
Yeah.
God. Yeah, my husband, he knows, like, I'm gonna be gone. Like, I tell him, of course, like, tomorrow I'm doing this many miles, so I'm not gonna be home till like this time, And yeah, totally. When he comes home, he's like, "All right, how was it? I know you're hungry. Where are we gonna go eat?
I love that.
Let's go." Yeah. So he's been very.
Where are
very
you gonna eat
helpful.
tomorrow after?
I
I'm
don't
kind
know,
of
probably
curious.
like a veggie burger somewhere and some fries, just like I did
Hell
last
yeah.
week. Just
Hell yeah.
Whatever
you're
has the
so
most carbs.
hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah, I ate my Pop-Tart.
that's a snack.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about food right now. I have
Yeah,
my Pop-Tart though.
What about you, Kim? Family
me,
is starting to get a little.
I mean, the kids are fine. My daughter has a really busy schedule, so our schedules have like conflicted a lot, but we make it work. My boyfriend's supportive too. I mean, I do runs out there, or like even the little marathons we have, like will drive me and then pick me up.
That's so cool. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's supportive too, but I mean, I'm like, we make it work. Like,
Yeah.
That's
I
so
don't,
cool.
I don't really have, other than my dog, I don't, I don't have anybody else that waits for me.
Your dog's waiting like,
Kids have
hello,
their own
man.
lives.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
When are you gonna
thirsty.
take me out for a walk?
Yeah,
Dog's starving.
too tired.
You're like, no,
But
not
I
today.
mean, my kids have their own lives going at this point. You have your little one. I
Yeah.
don't know how old your babies are.
They're
but,
older.
when
Yeah.
they're older, they don't need you as
Yeah.
much.
Right.
So I have a little more lenient, like
Yeah, a
more
little bit
time to
more, yeah.
myself than probably most.
Flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So next question.
So anyway,
Wow. My husband's gonna watch this. I gotta watch what I say.
yeah.
Too at home, so.
Yeah, I think
that's how I said. the little one.
Yeah, I think it. Like I was saying, this is my first and my last marathon because
Yeah.
it just takes such a large time of your day. It's you're out for 6 hours, right? If you're up at 5, 6 in the morning, and then you're back at 12, 1 in the afternoon. It's a big
And then we go
block
get
of time.
cafecito
And then we
and
go
then-
get cafecito and eat burgers and fries. But it does become a struggle. Like, well, what time are you coming home? And I'm like at mile 8, like, not now, babe. Like not yet. I think what helped us actually was that he went with me on that long run in Hawaii. He paced me. He paced me on a bike. He didn't run like the full.
wow.
Yeah, he didn't run the 13 miles, but he did the bike and he carried my water in a backpack and my snacks. And so he saw the time it takes to get from mile 1 to 13, right? And you're stopping and you're stretching and there's cars. And so he saw the work. And I think that made him have like this new appreciation for runners because he's like, man, babe, that's a lot. And I'm like, yeah. And you're on a bike. I ran it, but even him, I will give him, his flowers because he did the bike up hills, when when I was
That's a
running
lot,
all the
yeah.
hills. Yeah. So he was doing all that at incline. But it is a struggle to be gone for so long and your spouse is the one taking care of the house and the kids and the shopping and the this and that. Because he's not going to be doing nothing for 6 hours, right? He's going to move on and, go about his day. But not being there is a lot. Is a lot for
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
I hate to rub it in, but I have all the time in the world, so it's been nice. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
It really does take time from like your social life, right? Like your social life now involves running. That's it. That's your social life right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, do you want to go? I'm like, when? Friday night? No, I have to go to sleep early.
Yes.
Have a drink on
Yes.
I need my energy for tomorrow or for
That
the
too.
weekend.
Family
like, I
stuff,
can't.
parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like today, there's a party that I got invited to, and I can't go because
Sure.
I have to
Running.
work tomorrow.
You
Yeah.
have to get
So,
be
yeah.
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about race morning. What is the plan? Kim, talk to me. Well, let me tell you my plan first.
Yeah.
right?
What's your plan?
Give us
So
an
my
idea. It's
plan
gonna be our
is
first time.
I am taking my car to Century City, right, on Saturday evening. I'm going to leave it there in the parking garage only because I'm going to leave I shouldn't say this, but some of my batteries and some stuff in there.
Somewhere else. He's going to put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there.
What did they say, right? And it's not like you can find up on my car. Anyways, so that when I finish the race, my car will be there and I can change and hang out. I'm hanging out to the very end to watch the last person cross the finish line to give out medals.
Make sure you send out the van if you can see me.
Yes. I will not let you get on that van. Believe me, I will drag you.
I saw that hill you previewed the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna walk that hill.
That's the final stretch. It's amazing. But my plan is to go to Union Station in the morning. There are several buses picking runners up and then taking them up the hill to Dodger Stadium. They drop them off in the parking lot, and you're there.
I didn't know that. See, that's actually a good idea.
Yes.
I saw that.
Get dropped off there then.
Yeah.
It's better, right?
It's much better than
avoid the traffic
there's a lot of traffic up, and you just got to show your bib, and they'll let you in. I know that LA Marathon says like you should reserve your time, but I mean it's just this is just get on the bus and go. It's worked out great for me the past few years. I know that Century City people are going to drive down here, park, and then you have the opportunity to get on buses there, shuttles. They'll shuttle you out to Dodger Stadium. That way, when you finish, your car is there. So that's also an option. But I would imagine.
I don't know. I'm going with Stars, so
But so my husband's going to drop us off. We already talked about this too, but right now that's actually a good idea for him to drop us off at Union Station instead of driving up Cesar Chavez, and it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
Right. Then we're going to be stuck in traffic. Just to ease the anxiety too.
Yeah.
Just like
I know, because people are saying they get there like at 4 a.m.
I think the gates open at 3:30.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's hardcore.
Might as well sleep there.
I know. Yeah. Might as well sleep over.
And you'll either get on like when you go to Union Station, you either get on a like really quiet bus. People are like locked in, or you just get on some rowdy bus.
Oh, let's get on that bus. Let's find that bus.
We need that.
I remember walking in one of the buses. What's up, runners? Everyone just.
Oh no!
Excuse me.
They didn't have their coffee yet.
No.
Yeah.
Kim, what are you gonna do?
You know what? That's kind of been bugging me because I don't like driving out here. LA, it's just too much. It's so chaotic. But I think maybe the metro.
Yeah.
I think Baldwin Park.
Take the metro in.
Yeah, that might be the easiest way.
That might work.
Lauren, I think we're gonna have to tape her microphone too.
Oh,
The chance to.
hey, remember, I'm deaf. I think I.
We put you on the wrong side.
To me, I sound really loud. But the metro, I still haven't figured out how I'm going to get home. But I mean, as it gets closer, I'm sure we're going to be talking more about it.
Yeah, there'd be so much of the Pacers taking the metro in, going to Union, and then you guys are all going to get in a really stinky
Hey, I'm always
Uber
down
all
for
the
an
way back.
adventure.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, I'm
just
not in a
get
rush
there.
to get home.
Yeah.
I do want to celebrate a little bit with whoever sticks around.
Absolutely.
So if I get home at midnight, I get home at midnight.
Yeah.
Nice.
And let's talk about the Expo. So when are you going to the Expo?
So we're doing the 5K.
Oh yes, Saturday morning.
Yeah, we're doing the big 5
Kim,
that day.
doing the 5K? No.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I might have to look
We're trying to
into
get the Challenger, the Conquer LA.
Yes.
Conquerly.
Is this a Lauren and Estrella thing or a Running Mommies
I think so.
thing?
Yeah. We're just like, well, might as well just
Yeah.
When I signed up,
I know a
was
few
like,
of the mommies are doing it, but
well,
not
Sandra
everyone.
gave us that idea, remember?
Yes,
She's like,
Sandra, shout out Run Montebello.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
She's
we're
done
like,
it for
might as well, let's just do that.
years.
Yeah.
She motivated us to do it.
Kim, there's still entries available. I just want you to know that.
Okay, I'll look into it.
And apparently you get a double header or double challenge medal too.
There's like a medal, right? A
Yes.
special medal.
Yeah.
do
So if
one
you do
before
the
and one after.
marathon and the half, not the half, the 5K, you get a special. You get the 40th
Okay.
medal, and then they give you the double challenge? They give you another one.
Yeah.
And then you get the Conquer LA for doing the Santa Monica, the 5K, and
Did
the
you
marathon.
do Santa Monica?
No, I just found out about that.
Oh, no
I would've
way!
Oh, she's out.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
find out
okay.
till like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
was in Sedona, that's when I found out. Or
Oh.
else I would have done it.
So we'll be there for the expo after that. After we run
Saturday.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm thinking probably Friday. How late is it open?
Friday, I think it's 7 p.m.
Okay, I'll have time.
And then Friday, I think it's like 5 o'clock. So
oh, Friday is still 5?
yeah, something like that. But I mean, you're gonna run the 5K, and then right after that, they open the expo, and then you're
So
able
we'll be
to
there.
get your
Okay,
bibs.
you're right.
Yeah, because we're
And
running
then-
that day, so
yeah.
we'll be there.
So
Some of us work on Friday.
Oh,
Can't
that's
go.
right.
I just have
Yeah.
kind of a busy day that Friday before, so I was just thinking if they close till 7, then maybe I can go. But you say they close at 5 on Friday, right?
Friday 7, I believe.
So then I guess Saturday morning pick up the bib for that day of, and then afterwards go back and pick up the one
yes,
for right.
yes, 'cause
Right.
You
Something
can
like
get
that.
your bib
That's
the
what we're gonna
day
do, girl.
of.
Yeah, yeah.
So it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kim, you're gonna go
Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, cutting it too short. I'm like, yeah.
So what
I
happens
work
at the
further out.
expo?
So the expo is kind of cool. I mean, you get your number, which is always cool, and then there's ASICs is there. There's a bunch of, stuff to buy. LA Marathon. Shirts or hats, sweaters, everything. There's a DJ there. They have big like 26.2. Signage up, so everyone takes pictures. Your name is up on a wall.
Yeah. Your
So that's
picture-
where they have your name.
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Saturday.
Saturday.
For-
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then they have like probably 50 vendors that you can go and walk through, and they're selling gels, last
Yeah.
minute stuff, gear.
I did
mean,
see that last year when I picked up my bib for the
Yeah.
5K.
So
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
Oh,
fun.
question.
I can
Party.
take shoes too.
For like picking up the bib for LA Marathon, do you have to pick up your own bib?
yes,
Okay.
you do. You cannot send anybody.
Okay.
Like other races do that.
Mhm,
but
they let you.
yeah, you have to pick up your own bib
Your own.
for sure. So
I have to go.
yeah, you have to go.
Yeah.
And then, so I'll be out there with the 5K as well. So we'll run that. And it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the running mommies having like a carb load dinner?
No, not that I'm aware
No.
of.
I think my
As of
Huntington
now.
Park group does want to.
They do
They're gonna
want
have one
to.
that Sunday before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Sunday
it.
before.
And we know the Azusa Pacers are going to have their carb dinner on Thursday,
Thursday.
the 13th.
Yeah.
So you're going to go up there and
Yes.
hopefully carb
Yes,
load.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I love to eat too.
Yeah.
in that week, I am having a big shakeout run on Thursday night in LA. And we're running to the Coliseum. Electrolyt's going to be there. Hoka's going to be there. It's going to be a big old thing. We're expecting a bunch of
fun.
people.
Okay.
So something to consider, if you're going to make
Wait,
it.
I thought we were supposed to rest.
Yes.
That's right.
We rest after.
Yeah.
We rest
Yeah.
that week.
And then how has your carb loading been? If the thing is, I think I made a video of this the other day on Instagram, is that everyone will always ask me, Soda, what do you think I should eat? And it's like, well, what has been working for you? Obviously, you've figured out some kind of plan, right? To eat tonight for your 20 miler. I'm sure that you figured out a plan last night that this works for me. I need to eat at this time. Have you guys started to figure that out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about
For
that.
me,
a
pasta,
little bit right now.
pizza, complex carbs throughout the day. Yeah, I got it. I've been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of toast, peanut butter, banana, yogurt, acai bowls, nuts, granola, anything I can think of that's gonna fuel me, but also nutrition wise, it's good for you, right? So a lot of granola, cashews, chia, all that stuff. I do it at
Oatmeal.
home. Yeah.
I usually do an overnight the overnight oats. So that's usually my breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
And the oats, chia,
Yeah.
oat milk, with fruit, banana, raspberries or blueberries, whatever I have at home.
Yeah.
And that gets me pretty full.
Kim, we're dying to know what you ate for dinner last night.
Yeah,
We have to-
I ate. You know
that
what?
propelled
What
you
did
to
you
the
eat last night?
10:30.
My friend's mom, she made tacos, and
Oh, yeah.
I had that, and I think I had 3 tacos, and I was still really hungry, so I grabbed 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
And I
Carbs.
get them.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I'm like, if I still feel this hungry now, I can just imagine how hungry I'll be.
Yeah, I have friends
out there.
recommending pasta.
Yeah.
And,
So in the morning, I think I always have a protein smoothie. So if I carb load, I don't go too crazy with greasy food. Something I don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking
And I
about the
try
bathroom
not to try
situation
new
too. What does
foods
that
the
look
day
like in the
before.
morning on race day, right?
Yeah, so going back to race day, yes, the porta potties, they can get a little long, So my best suggestion is if you're walking in the direction of the porta potties, usually the first 5 porta potty lines are very long, so just keep walking to the very end, and they're kind of generally a little shorter. So, that's the key, right? The digestion.
Yeah.
So,
What did you have for dinner last night?
so I had pizza last night,
Yeah.
and which is kind of rare. I really don't, but it was one of those days where just life is just too crazy. Yeah.
Pizza.
So,
The answer is always pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
And had a friend who came in 3rd place in the marathon at Rock and Roll San Diego, and she told me the night before she ate pizza. So I always think of her.
Oh, there you
as-
go.
So you're like, I'm
But the
eating
tips,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, if it worked for her, it must work for me.
So
right?
who's gonna Uber some pizza right now? Because we gotta race 20 miles tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, but we were having this conversation earlier off camera. Is I really do start carb loading on Wednesday. So, it didn't really matter at last night what I ate. I could have ate anything because my body was just stuffed with
Prepared,
carbs. So it was okay for me to eat pizza, which I generally would try and stay away from on race morning because, the cheese,
Right.
you don't know how it's
Digestion,
gonna
yeah.
agree with you in the morning, and
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and then you're in trouble.
You're right. Yes.
So, I think that's the key. Is the 3 finding what works for you and sticking to that because
Because I don't want to poop myself that day. Did you see that video of the runner somewhere
it
that
happens.
Yeah,
right?
that she went and was just like, just don't film me from the bottom.
Yeah, she's
and
like,
she
"Don't
kept
film me."
running.
Yeah.
But she goes, just don't film from the bottom.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah,
I was like, wow. I don't know if she was trying to hit a certain time or
I think
something.
she was winning the race
oh,
for the
that's
women.
what it was.
Yeah, and
okay.
she said, "Don't film me from behind."
Oh,
But she
Yeah,
had
no.
already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't want to stop?
I haven't seen that.
She was
video.
committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings me to my next story, which is New York City Marathon in the early 80s and late 70s. There was a female runner by the name of Greta Weitz, one of the greatest marathon runners in history. And she was actually part of the coalition to bring the women's marathon to the Olympics in 1984 here in Los Angeles. She was a big part of that in women's marathoning, and we should find ways to honor her more. But she won the New York City Marathon 7 or 8 years in a row. She was just unstoppable. And one year she had really bad stomach issues, and she was winning the race, and she had no choice but to live TV. Back in those days, they used to show the New York City Marathon live. They still do now these days, but she had no choice. She just went right there while she was running 5-minute pace. She had no choice.
Crazy.
And finished the race and won. And
Wow.
what can
That's
you do?
Okay, well, that won't be me. I'm not going to hit a time, guys, okay? We're having fun. I'm going to use the porta potty, but I'm sorry. No.
I can
That's
stop.
where we draw the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pooping,
Yeah.
that's where I
Yeah.
draw the line. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
yes.
not
So-
going to win first place.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I know I won't be first place.
Yeah.
There's no need for that.
Moral of the story.
Right,
Third
right,
porta
right,
potties.
right. Yeah.
Even when the race starts and we take off, they're kind of strategic. They know that people kind of hold it at the start, and they place porta potties within the first mile so that you can get in there as well.
Oh, okay.
So something
And
to
you're still
consider.
kinda
I guess
can
once
catch
you
up.
start moving, then everything starts moving.
Yeah, and I imagine you're nervous too,
Yes.
right? Like all that must mess with
Yeah,
your
it
stomach.
messes with
Yes.
your stomach.
You're
And then you
scared,
will
you're
also see when you start the race, both men and women pull to the side of the road, there are no porta potties, and they're just going right there because it's just the way it is.
Wow.
So carry toilet
Take your
paper?
wipes.
Yeah, someone told us
Bring your
today to
wipes.
bring wipes. They did.
Bring the wipes if you're watching.
Yes,
this.
bring wipes. Yes,
Yeah.
they told us that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
that's
probably
that
why.
happens. You'll see.
Catch you in the
Hey,
bush
hey,
back there.
It's a natural thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a funny story. My wife, she's not gonna watch this, but now she will. She does not care. She'll just right there.
go.
She'll show her ass. I'm like, everyone in LA has seen your ass. Like,
Oh, she's probably faster than me then. She's gonna keep going. Yeah.
she's like, when you gotta go, you gotta
Yeah.
go.
You gotta go.
And
Yeah.
that's her deal. I'm like, okay.
No, but we did hear of that
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
We're telling us that.
Bring your wipes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just in
Bring your
case.
wipes.
Yeah. So.
Add that to the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Easy.
And I think the biggest thing is just getting out there and enjoying yourself. And the crowds are going to be spectacular out there. And it's just the taiko drummers going up the Walt Disney Concert Hall. I would invite you to stay to your right because that's where they are, and the energy is immense.
Okay.
It's
So always
just
stick to your right.
incredible.
And that's what we're talking about too, like how in the beginning we were like, yeah, we're gonna go and see how far we're gonna go, but I think now more like I want to enjoy that, the
Yes.
music, and people are giving like
Yes.
shots apparently,
Yes.
and beer and
Yes, they're
Yeah.
giving out chili dogs. They're giving out Fireball, beers, tortillas, you name it. You can grab anything that's available. It's really amazing of the community to come together. So,
Definitely.
so that I want to enjoy that
Yeah.
too.
yeah. And I guess that's my next question. Are you going out to enjoy it, or is there a need to do this? Like, look at the time.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
I just don't want to get too consumed by what's going on, and I'm like dreading it, like where I can't continue going for the next 6. So kind of pace myself, but I gotta enjoy it too.
Enjoy
Make
it.
sure I charge my phone. I can record.
yeah.
Take
Yeah.
pictures. and
Someone told
enjoy
me
it.
to pack an extra battery too for the phone, like in case your phone dies, to take like the portable chargers. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, that's a good idea.
idea.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Going back to the expo, are you going to utilize the bag check? Check something in the bag
I don't think
so that after you have maybe a fresh shirt, a hoodie,
I will. I
Yeah.
always do.
yeah,
That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about
something
that.
to think about.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of just doing the stuff with my husband at mile 19 and then just have him meet me after.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like, whatever
yeah.
I need, like,
That's great.
Yeah.
yeah.
They told us to do that too. Whatever we needed to leave it at our
Uh-huh.
aid station, and then they would have it there for us
Yeah.
after.
Do they take them to the?
So they'll take them to the finish line. When you cross the finish line, you'll walk quite a ways, and then there's all the trucks there. I think it's by your number, and then you're able to get
Oh, okay.
your stuff.
If you back check it prior.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that may be another thing to think about in terms of getting there early to
to do
Dodger
that.
Stadium is
Yeah.
you need to get in line to check the bag in, and then you still want to use the porta potties. You still
Yeah.
want to be with the running mommies, do your work. I
Yeah.
know you guys
Your
do a
warm-up.
little
Yeah.
warm up.
Yeah.
So these are all things to consider. It's best to be early than to be stressed on a bus. Like, oh
Oh,
my
I have
god.
a question right now that you said that. Do you sleep the night before?
I mean, let's talk to Kim about this one.
I was up by 4:30 today
Yeah.
because I kept getting worried about am I
Well,
going to
now
miss
that
my
you
alarm?
said that, I'm worried about that too. Like, I'm gonna be awake the whole night.
Set alarms. Not
Yes.
an alarm. Set alarms.
Several alarms,
Yeah.
right?
Set one
Yeah.
alarm,
Just
and
in
I'm
case.
like, if I miss it, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it on my own.
Yeah.
So 4:30, I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
time
like
to get up.
I'm gonna be a nervous wreck.
So
Okay,
to
yeah,
beat-
go ahead.
Sorry, to beat the traffic, what time? What's a good time to get there? 4:30.
2 a.m. That's no, like to arrive to beat the traffic. Yeah, 4ish.
4-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. Girl,
But-
you have
Yeah,
to
I
wake up
know.
early.
Also something to consider is we're gonna be out there. It's gonna be early. Dodger Stadium. It's gonna be cold. Go to Salvation Armory, buy some hoodies that you can throw away
Oh, yeah.
on the start
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
So you want to stay
Yeah.
warm.
We have
And I'm
heard
sure running mommies will go over this and Azusa Pacers.
Yeah, they
But,
mentioned that. Yeah.
You know, we need to stay warm because that's when you lose energy, when you're shivering,
Sure.
and you want to
Yeah,
show
like right
up.
now.
That was my
Kim's like, I'm nice and warm.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I don't know. You girls are waiting for
We're
it.
gonna-
See, I'm already getting my stay ready. Cool.
She's gonna. Lauren's gonna blame us this podcast
Yeah.
for tomorrow's performance.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
What was I trying to tell you, girls? Something about.
You know what was my biggest issue? My shoes. I'm already like where I'm like at $250 for my shoes, and I only have one pair of shoes. I don't have
$250?
multiple. So I had bought a pair of shoes, and I'm hearing like don't like probably not the best time to like.
Yes, I
start
went through that
Yeah.
too in my
doing
journey.
training
Yes.
in another pair of shoes. So I'm in the should I not?
Yes.
But now that I ran the 20 miles in my Hokas, I'm like, I'm just gonna run in my old shoes. I'm like, but I had bought them earlier this week, and I was still debating. But I'm like,
How many miles do you have on the Hokas that you ran in today?
probably closer to 250.
You're good. You'll be
I'm
fine.
good?
Yeah, you'll be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
We'll
my
save it
advice:
for
don't
the
get
next
new
race.
shoes right now. Yeah, don't get new shoes right now. I did
No.
that, and it was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Same shoe though.
Yeah, no, the other ones are.
Oh
Brooks.
yeah, definitely don't
No.
don't do that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
use your Brooks instead.
The
older-
I don't even
the
know
old
anymore.
ones. Yeah.
It's that iffy part where you're like, should I not? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
No, because
Yeah.
it took me about I'm on my third, fourth week now to break in my new shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be cutting it. No, you're gonna get
So I'm
hurt.
looking at them, I'm like, oh, but they're so comfortable. But I'm like, okay, well, I'd rather be in my
Well, you're still
Hokas.
going to continue to run, right? So.
Yeah, just use them. You're like, I don't know. I don't know if
Right?
the marathon.
Oh, she's
She's
done.
like, I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
I really need a break.
She's
Yeah.
gonna retire. Then
Yeah.
we're gonna see her
Retire after my first.
sign up for Berlin over here. Dang, Chicago.
Chicago, New York.
Yeah.
There you go, Chicago. Have my little bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna tell you about the expo? Oh no, talking about sleep. Let's go back
Oh,
to
right.
sleep.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, forget the alarms, right? It's the, like you said,
Yeah.
it's the maybe the anxiety or the nervousness, a lot on your mind. You don't want to miss the alarm, or just this is my first
It's
race.
exciting,
like,
yeah,
you know?
you're excited.
And
Like
I-
when you go to Disneyland.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, you lay out your clothes, you take a picture, right? Your shoes, your socks.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's out,
Yeah.
laid out.
I could tell you this much is that I have shown up to races, you know, when I've gotten no sleep, and you know it's hard, but it's just too much adrenaline on race day, and you feel amazing, like,
Okay.
and the sleep will not be a factor
Okay.
unless you literally like don't sleep
Didn't
at
sleep at
all.
all.
But you're gonna sleep. I've also been in the position where I'm like, you know what? I'm getting up early tomorrow for the race. I'm going to bed at 7:00.
Oh my
right?
Okay, that I was gonna ask that. Do you
And
go
then
to bed at
you're
7:00?
This all night.
Oh, okay.
And then that's
Okay.
it for your sleep, right?
So you know, just try not to overthink. You know, just hang out with your family, whatever you do. You know, on your evenings, and then when you're starting to feel tired,
Yeah, like your
it's
normal
time,
schedule.
It's time to
kinda?
go
Okay.
in. You know, and if it's 10:00 at night, so be it. You know,
Okay.
let yourself just go to sleep and.
Kind
Just,
of like what we're doing right now, then I guess. You know, I
Yeah,
can go to bed
that's
around
true.
8, 9 if I'm getting
Yeah,
up.
well, yeah, that's
for the
usually my
run.
goal too. Like, okay, I need to be in bed by 9,
Yeah.
right? 8, 9. And yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, let me
On the
get on my
phone.
phone a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit,
Hours
it's
later.
11.
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
okay, look at these two right,
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. All right. All right. All right.
Yeah, so, you know, you don't want to, you know, get in this idea of going to bed at 7 p.m.,
Yeah.
which we never do.
Right,
And, you know,
yeah.
and then you're just, okay,
Ah.
there
Oh.
we go. Now she's
It feels
official.
marathon ready.
Like, what was I waiting for? It's really
Yeah, and if you're
nice.
listening and not watching the podcast, the girls just put on their jackets because we are in Venice Beach and it's always cold here,
Yeah.
no matter how hot it is everywhere else. So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true, that's cold.
We're in LA, we're like,
But Rizzo's prepping us
Yeah.
for the weather,
Yes.
for the marathon,
Yes.
so he's putting us under cold conditions.
but I mean, look at this. Look at your jackets. Like you're
Yeah, no,
literally
they're-
going to
they're
run the
not-
Los
they're
Angeles
beautiful.
Marathon. That's
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I hope you show up tomorrow with these jackets.
Yeah.
And show all the running mommies.
Yeah.
What's up?
They're gonna be like, so what? Been there, done that.
Oh, it's my first.
That's our first. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I mean, it's amazing to see. So
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But so we could probably keep going on, but we need to like talk about, this is, like I said, obviously it's going to be race week when this is, released. Estrella, thoughts, your expectations for race day. I mean, let's hear it.
I mean, they're still the same as last time. I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my time, and eventually I'll get there.
Yeah. And your family's going to be out there?
My daughter and my husband for sure. My grandson will be at Mile 19 with
Amazing.
Running Mommies, cheering for me and everyone else, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are they going to wait at that specific spot? Are they going to try and meet you at different ones? Or?
So my husband did say, he's like, so what do I do after? I'm like, well, you run your ass back to the so I'm 26 and you meet me there.
Serious.
So we're still trying to figure that out, right? Like, is he gonna have to drive out there? Probably get a scooter. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
parking's
figure it
gonna
out.
be
Yeah.
a headache. Yeah.
Hopefully my son makes it too, but I don't think so. I think he has a gig that day. But I for sure, my daughter, my grandson, and my husband will be.
Yeah.
there.
And what does the celebration look like after?
Go
Whether
home
it's
and
that
take a
same day, whether it's that night or the day after, what's the celebration like?
Well, it's funny because today we were talking with some of the girls. Actually, yesterday we were supposed to go out to a tamborazo event.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we're not gonna be able to do this. Like, it's a crazy weekend. It's busy. Like, let's just do it afterwards to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna be doing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Go dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
With a limp.
Get pedas. And just have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move your hands.
Yeah. With your hands in the chairs. Yeah.
A lot of drinks.
Not right after, but we will, right? Like maybe the
there
week or two after.
A lot
Once
of
we're-
drinks.
Once we have
Yeah.
good energy and, our legs are back to normal.
Do you wear like a fuel belt when you run?
I do. I wear a vest.
So you wear a vest, put a bunch of alcohol in there.
I'm not a big drinker, but I'll drink,
Yeah.
especially for occasions like that. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah. So, obviously, we're going to come back here after the marathon with our medals and we're going to
Yes.
talk about the race. But prediction for the race. Do you have a time? Let's
I
hear
don't.
a time.
I don't care about the time, honestly.
No.
No.
I mean, just throw a
As long as
time
I-
out there so
I
that
don't
we can
know.
reflect
Let's see,
back.
maybe based on the time I have now, right, with my long runs, I'm thinking maybe 6.
6 hours. So
7. I don't know.
let's say 6:30 for argument's sake.
Yeah, 6:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah. And I want you to know that when you go on that final stretch, I'll be there filming you. So,
Thank you.
just,
No,
and,
I'll answer
Make sure
after,
it's
right?
live.
Yeah.
and I will also say this for the three of you is that this is your first marathon. You're going to come up that final stretch. There are so many photographers up there shooting your pictures. So, make it amazing. Make it count,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, we know to do that. We all know how to do that. Yeah. Every time we see a camera, pretend you're not dying. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my younger years, when I was a single, we would run with a bunch of fast people, and we'd all be breathing hard. Just
Yeah.
and there'd be a pack of girls coming this way, and all of us, without even
Holding
thinking,
your breath.
would hold our breath. Hey, how are you?
Oh no!
And they'd pass.
Oh my god!
Like I said, my wife will
Passing
never
out.
watch this. So.
She's gonna sit down right before my So,
Yeah.
get some popcorn.
With notes.
So we need to talk.
With notes.
No, she won't. She really won't. Kim, let's hear it. Race day expectations. Your daughter coming out, your son coming out.
I don't know. I
The
don't
dog.
think my dog.
Is that ready for you?
Boyfriend coming out.
I still haven't really talked about it. I know my daughter's going to Disneyland, so she's a no.
She's out.
So I'm not gonna pressure anyone to
Yeah.
go watch me. I'm like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Especially, we're running for what, 5-6 hours, and then still to get to Santa Monica, I wouldn't want to inconvenience anyone. No, not really inconvenience. also don't want to rush off.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to enjoy it. So most people are tired of waiting for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Realistically, so it's like I don't mind doing it alone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. And so, what does the post celebration look like for you?
I'm not sure. Whatever the Pacers are doing.
Well, you're gonna be with the Pacers, so we know it's gonna be a
It'll be a
celebration.
party,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
I'm like,
Yeah.
probably gonna
I'll join Kim
go
for that
eat
too.
somewhere.
I ran with you guys, so I can go party with you guys.
Yeah.
I have not been drinking
I'll take
at all
Star.
during my whole training, so it'd be nice to have a beer or two.
Oh, Kim's gonna be on the floor. She hasn't been drinking.
Yeah, I haven't really been drinking. It's just a lot.
Training,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to have a few drinks, have some good food, and like I said, whatever time I get home, I get home.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to work the next day, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already set my dates.
I know.
I'm like,
People
I'm
told
be-
me to
I'm
take
gonna
the
be
day off
Monday
after.
And Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might work from home Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I sit at work all day, so I'm like, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I know I'm gonna need those 2 days for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
And then depending on how I feel, I might go into the office Wednesday, Thursday. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And don't forget, like I said, photographers there. Make it count. Make it amazing. Throw your hands out. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
something
kind
just.
of have to find a signature like pose or
Pose.
something.
Yeah. Do a kick. I don't know.
I'll be like, I'm done. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
I know today some of the Pacers were talking. They're already planning their, finish line, actions. Someone's going to jump on their back. And then it's just, they're getting really fun now. So not that I'm asking you to do that, but, yeah.
I'll find one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find something.
And then prediction.
Time?
I know that time is irrelevant to you, but we want to come back, and when we come back here and we want to compare.
I would like to do it under 5 minutes for sure.
Under 5 minutes, you're going to set a world record in the marathon if you run the whole marathon under 5 minutes.
Wait.
The whole time. The whole time.
Just
She's like,
20
wait, 5
minutes, 20 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, 25.
So
My brain is
Fly.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna be tomorrow, Star. Okay.
she's fast. I mean,
Yeah.
she's
under 5 hours.
under 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's something
I'm
that would
hoping.
be
I'm
nice.
still
Yeah.
a little tired from
Yeah.
it.
That'd be amazing. And are you going to run with like a group? Like Victor, you're going to run with Jose?
No,
Jose's
I think
just
everyone's
taking
kind
off.
of going their own pace. So I'm sure I'll find
Yeah,
a few
somebody-
people here and there and then kind of run with them and when everyone
Yeah.
gets tired or
Yeah.
wants to keep going. But I don't have someone to actually run with.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Pacers, mile 20, ladies. There's just Pacer Nation on your right hand side. I mean, you can't miss it. It's just craziness. They have Pasadena Pacers, Whittier Pacers, Azusa Pacers. They have the Taco Guy there. They have everything you could think of.
At mile 20?
Yes.
Oh, right after mile 19. That's perfect.
If there's
I'm gonna
something
hit up every.
Yeah.
that you need at that point,
Okay.
you can pull in and say, I'm with Rizzo. I need... And then they'll
Something,
give you
whatever,
something.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
something to consider. But so under 5 hours,
Hopefully.
your squad's going to be there at 20 waiting for you, which would be
so
nice.
I think Doghouse too is gonna have
Yes,
one
Doghouse will
side
be
and
there
then
too.
The Pacers, so
And something to consider for you is because you're part of their club, is that you have the opportunity to give them something that maybe you're going to need at 20. Like maybe it's socks, or maybe you need a special drink or more gels. You don't want to carry the gels up to that point. They'll set like a little bag with your name, Kimbo, on it. And then, you can reset, get everything you need, repack, and go. So
Yeah.
something to think of. They'll go over that with
Debbie
you.
was actually mentioning that to me
So-
that they could.
And I'm sure the running mommies
yeah.
do the
Yeah,
same thing.
for
You
sure.
get to, keep stuff there, and that's a really
Yeah.
big help.
They do.
So-
We cheer last. Oh, sorry. Well, no, right? No, you weren't there.
No, I wasn't
That was
there.
for the
last.
half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So during our cheering last year, yeah, a lot of the girls like, oh, I'm leaving this here, or I left this. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Talk to me.
my
Thoughts,
gosh.
expectations. Is it going to be emotional for you crossing the finish line?
Yeah, so I think for me, because I get shared how this is such a personal, right, like running and all that, I don't think I mind if my family goes or not, because I'm going to be so this is for me. I'm not running for my husband or my son or my daughter or my friends or my family. It's like I'm running for me. And once I finish, I'm probably gonna be crawling or something. I don't know. I'm gonna be on the floor crying. I'm not even gonna see them, right? I won't even be thinking of that. I'll probably be in pain. But I think it's gonna be more of internal for me. I'm gonna be like, man, I did this. Like it was all me. So I think it's more of that feeling, because I haven't even asked who's going or who's gonna coordinate or any, because I'm just focused on how I'm getting there. How I'm getting there. How I'm gonna come back. I'm afraid of that too, right? Because they're saying that they give you like the covers to the foil, the aluminum.
Okay.
Yes.
But people are saying, if you sit down, you're not gonna be able to get back up because your knee. Like, I'm like,
It's hard,
So I'm thinking of all that. I think that's where I'm like trying to prepare myself, not so much on like my friends or my family, or thinking of that. Like, how am I gonna walk back to the car?
Yeah. Bag check-in, like biofreeze helps. All over your legs after it helps. It helps you move.
Yeah.
But what does the celebration look like for you after?
Well, I wanted to get a tattoo.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I have a few already, but I usually get them when it's something really, really personal. So I think I'm gonna get one.
Like 26.2?
LA.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
But I have time to think about what I really want to do. But it's such a milestone, right? It's such a There's not a lot of people that. I mean, there is a lot of people that sign up for marathons, but I don't know a lot of them. I'll be one of them.
Yeah.
So I want to mark that.
They say less than 1% of the population,
of that,
but it's actually less than that, because it's like crazies like me and eventually the three of you that you keep signing up for more in a year, or do more. They don't have that data, but it is a very select few. So yeah.
So I want to mark it with an occasion like that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah,
amazing. It's a great idea.
Thank you,
ladies. Should we get in on this?
Yeah, let's go get matching tattoos. The temporary ones. Yeah.
And prediction. Whether
so, again, I thought I was
anything.
gonna be like just speeding by, right? But no, I think because of the injuries and all that, I'm even now on my training, I hold back now. Even though I know I can do more, I pull back because I don't want to injure myself. I want to get to the actual marathon, right? So I think I'm going to probably do the same thing there. I'm not going to give it to what I know I can. I'm going to do what my body is comfortable at. So I think like 5.5 hours, maybe.
I love it.
Yeah.
5.5.
Yeah.
Under 5. 6:30. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
Exciting.
cool. Do you think that both of you will get emotional crossing the finish?
I am for sure.
Yeah.
I already know I
Definitely.
am.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
And
struggle.
not for me,
Not
like
just
just like other girls that I
running.
know who it's their first time too, and they have like their history too, and so I know I'm gonna cry
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me and for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not only the training. I think everything that goes along
Yeah.
with your personal life,
Yeah.
and, like, what you have
Yeah.
to set aside or what you have
Yeah.
to deal with
Yep.
as you're training. It's just,
Yeah. Exactly.
I did it.
Yeah.
I know I teared up massively, and tears rolled down my eyes the first time I crossed the finish line. You just can't help it,
Yeah.
and not every time, but very many times over the past years, I have cried at finish lines, and some I haven't. Just something happens in you. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, it just takes so much to get here. It just takes so much energy and time and a sleep schedule and food and drinking and all these things to get here. Like, I didn't realize in the beginning of this how much it was gonna affect me in a lot of areas, right?
Sure.
You get injured, then you can't walk at home, let alone run. You can't even walk to work or whatever because you're hurting. So all those things came up during training and
Sure.
everything. So
Of
to have it
course.
here and then you're done. I also have that feeling of like, what am I going to do after this? After
sign
we're
up for
done?
another
Oh,
race.
Get ready for the next
But I'm
one.
also getting that little feeling of like, what are we going to do after? All this
There's
is
so much to
done,
do.
Who knows? My party legs are going to fall off. I don't know. We'll see. But
Where's the tattoo gonna go? I'm kind of curious.
I kind of want to do my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like 3 years, she's gonna have all these tattoos from all the races. 26.2 LA.
But it's
to
the first
Chicago.
one, right? It's the first
The first
one.
one matters the
Oh
most.
yeah, you're right. Okay, I get the tattoo in New York back here, and then Chicago back here.
Oh man.
Australia has one too now. Oh my God, never mind.
LA 26.2 NY.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's a good idea. See?
See? What am I gonna do after?
Bucket
Okay.
list.
Okay. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be amazing day. So just go out and have a great time, and whatever happens. So it's the 40th. So I'm just so jealous because I've been searching for that feeling of crossing the finish line of my first marathon ever since I've been, from that day, and I can't find it. It's only that first day.
That first
So
day, yeah.
when you get there and you see that banner, oh, take it in. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, anything you want to share that you've learned along the way that you didn't think you had not thought of before?
Honestly, just how close I've gotten to a lot of the people that I run with. Yeah. It's like really brought a lot of good people in my life and a lot of like friends and a lot of like just it's brought in me something I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
It's like filled something I didn't know I was missing.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah.
For me, I think my biggest challenge is I got really sick
Yes.
during my
that's right.
training in November, and I tried to get back into it a little too fast, which delayed me even more. So, I mean, just don't push yourself too much. Don't be so hard on yourself, and just kind of enjoy the experience. Because I'm like, it took me about 6 to 8 weeks to like fully come back.
That's right. Yeah.
And now in the last month, I'm like, I'm back. Like it took
you
me
feel
that long,
back.
and I was so discouraged by it. And I'm like, everyone's advancing, everyone's hitting their goals, but I'm like, we all go through our struggles. We just don't see it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've learned. Is like, don't beat yourself. Just keep going. If you give up now, what was the point of it? Like you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
So just keep going. It's gonna click. It's gonna happen.
But have you surprised yourself how strong you are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
amazing.
It's like I pushed through. I cried. Like
Yeah.
I've had to like walk away from like
Sure.
at 2 miles because I just couldn't push myself anymore. So,
Hell yeah.
it's a progress, and it makes you mentally stronger. Just
I love it.
anything.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, superstar? Learn anything new about yourself that you didn't realize?
Listening to your body, definitely. Like if you feel something, take care of it
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Because again, I had my injury at the beginning of last year.
Yeah, that's right.
And I continued to run until I found out exactly what it was. And it took me 2 months to get back. And even then, after I went back with the groups, I was walking for a while
Yeah.
before I actually started running. So I don't want to be there again.
Yeah. Did,
Anything hurts, I'm like, okay, I'm going to the doctor. I got to get this checked out, or take my time or not run as much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
did your diabetes improve?
No, you know what's funny? It's actually high.
High?
Yes. So someone, actually an uncle of mine that lives out in Utah told me this, that his daughter's in soccer out there. She's not diabetic. She's really young, but her sugar's always high. So I mentioned that to my doctor when I'm like, my sugar has been like 200, almost 300. He's like, did you go to the ER? I'm like, no. Maybe I should have, right? But it's, you feel it. You know your body. When you know your body, you're just like, something's off, right? So I'm like, let me check. And I even checked my husband's. I'm like, let me check yours.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So, I took my pills and just drink water and just kind of let it, just pass. Yeah. But yeah, it's been high. I did an A1C last week, so I'm supposed to get my results. Well, they should be there already, so I'm going to call Monday or Tuesday from.
Can I share something with you? This week, I was just reading that a lot of runners or athletes, their cholesterol levels or their sugar levels go up because of the training, not necessarily because there's something wrong with them.
Right.
But just your body's like completely running in different. So it might be that.
Yeah,
I don't want to say
no,
it
I
is,
think
but
it is. I think it is,
Yeah.
honestly, because even when I went to the doctor that day in the morning, I hadn't had any breakfast, and they checked my sugar. It was like maybe 11 in the morning, and it was at 140. I mean, for me to have been fasting since the day before at 140, it was still pretty high. It should have been like under 110, and it was like at 140. without me eating, like,
Wow.
you know, so yeah.
That's crazy.
And then
That's
the other
funny.
day
I was
after,
just reading that this week.
see?
It was weird
See?
that
Yeah.
you mentioned it. I'm like, oh, it could be that.
So I'm not too worried about it. I know I'm doing what I, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
great.
It's fine.
Interesting. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we've made it to the episode where we say goodbye and we wish them all luck, each other luck, because we're all running on March 16th. So, thank you for joining me on this journey. Of course, we will be back and we'll celebrate and go over and talk about the race and how we all did. So it's going to be a great day. So,
It is.
again, I am an LA Marathon ambassador and for this year's race. And I want to say thank you to everyone who donated to my cause this year, which was making the race accessible to those who cannot afford the Los Angeles Marathon. We were able to help so many runners. It was amazing. And so many people are running the race that normally would not have the chance. And it just makes my heart so warm knowing that they're going to be able to be on the start line of the marathon. So if, you know who you are, who I helped, and I want you to go out there and just have an amazing day and have fun. And you always remember you deserve to be there. And I'm just so glad that you're going to be there at the start line. So thank you to everyone who did donate to that cause. But again, the LA Marathon is March 16th, and we will be back to talk about how these ladies did and how we all did, and a little race recap. But again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for having some patience with us on our first episode. Again, I am going to put some links in the description of ways that you could still donate to help people who are in need of assistance because of the fires. Because the reality is the media is not covering it anymore, but there's still a lot of people who have lost homes, who have nothing, and it's still important for us to not forget them and consider making a donation or finding ways to donate your time to those in need. But thank you for watching. If you watched to this point, if you're running the Los Angeles Marathon on March 16th, good luck to you. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Special thanks to Lauren Hiltzer and his production company, HK Corp, for allowing us to film at their office. The podcast is available on all platforms. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you soon.